a pleasure for me to introduce you to our telecommunications engineer, Homero Ortega, currently a professor at Universidad Industrial de Santander.
Thank you. I'm going to talk to you about communication technology, but I want to make easy to understand complex communication systems. So I am information communication engineer, but I'm sure that very complex technology can be easily understood. Let's take, for example, a car. When I first took a car to drive, I have to get a license. And many years ago, to get a license, you have to know to drive, but you have to be also a mechanic because you have to know how to fix problems. Few years ago, I rented a car. And I opened the hook of the car to look for the water level, the oil level, the brakes level, and so on. But the man who attended me said, "What are you doing? Don't open the car. The car for you is just a box with wheels, the brakes, the accelerator, and no more." So you were thinking, okay, it's a simple model, a car. So the model depends of the person. The person needs. For example, that man asked me, and what is a car for you? And I said, oh, a car for me is just an equation, because I am professor. I teach system engineering, and we need to express objects as equations. So in simple equation, we can show that the car has acceleration, velocity, and so on. It is very interesting. That's why someday I asked it to a mechanic, what the car is for you? Because the mechanic don't have a car, usually don't have a car, but they know too much about the cars. And he said nothing, but his wife said, for him cars is food, and college for the children, and so on. It's possible, yeah, for her. Car is that. Okay? Once happened a joke to me because I asked a man what the car is for him. He said, the car is like my lover. I said, oh, are you such a degenerated mind? Yeah. Why? He said, oh, because it's quite the same. The car annoys you the same. Yeah. And the car makes you to spend too much money as the lover. And the car throw you in the streets at every time when you let's think about that. So it's quite the same. Everyone may have his own model. What I want you is to think about your own models, to understand every communication system. Every one of you as engineers, if you are engineers, you have met the OSI model. For those who are not engineers, the OSI model are the model of layers. The first layer is about the resource you have to communicate. For example, the air maybe the layer for airplanes to fly, to communicate cities. But here you can find every kind of results. For example, the spectrum, or the streaks, or the sound, or the optical fiber, and so on. And here you have the devices you invent to make use of that resource. So airplanes, for example, are in the second layer, and so on. The problem is that every engineer tries to adapt this model to every problem they have. And I want to invite you to make the opposite. Yeah? No. Usually the engineers try to adapt every problem to this model. Okay? I am inviting you to invent your own models, to adapt to your needs. That's what I'm trying to do. For me, it was not very easy to separate from this model. But how important is it for you? Is it important only to engineers? Now, I don't think so, because communication is everywhere. If we go to many millions of years ago, before the human appears, we see that communication was like an engine of progress. After a better communication appeared, a higher level of life appeared. After that, animals appears, but human could communicate better than animals, and that's why human gets wiser. Yeah? If we go to society to see what happened to our society, every time a revolution in communication happened, also a revolution in society happened. For example, when fire was discovered and was possible to send signals by the smoke, the agrarian society began. The same can be, I can say the same, for example, when appeared the wheel, the industrial society appears, and so on. For example, when telephony was discovered, new ways to communicate appears. And today we can speak about the internet and a new society, that is the global society, appears. So communication is everywhere. Yeah, communication, and to be able to explain all kinds of communication systems with our models is very important. Not only to understand networks, technology, communication, but maybe could be possible to understand what happened in the past and what may happen in the future, and you can also solve politician problems, or maybe society problems too. About my experience in 1998, I was working at Ericsson company. It's a world leader in communication. When I was working there, telephony was the main communication system. We could meet, there were also data communication networks, satellite communication networks, and so on. But most of the people worked and they had some relation with telephone. But suddenly, in 2000 year, all changed. when I was a big expert on this, all changed. We have to invent, we had to invent a new model of communication. And the people who could not adapt to this new model, they were fired. Yeah? So many people were fired. So I was invited to work in a team to look for that model. And it was very difficult because it was 2000 years. Only telephony was well known, data communication and so on. So, how to express in a model something that you don't know? It was my experience. How did we solve this problem? We did stories about the future. So storytelling is also a good tool to make the developments.